You're watching Mind Milk D20. I'm Jim, and this is the first of two videos about casting in concrete. The second video, which you can also find on my channel, is all about casting a concrete boat, and there's a whole story behind that, so I thought I'd give that its own separate video from this one. But in this video we're just going to be playing with concrete and making a couple of things just for fun. One of the main things that we're doing is making a D&D themed ornament around a D20, an icosahedron, that really lovely, amazing shape of the D20 that is really at the center of the game of D&D. We are going to turn that into an ornament by using impression casting. So we're going to set some concrete and then we're going to push a D20 into the top to make an impression of that unique shape, and we're going to turn that into an ornament. And there's some other things too which you will see during the video. Okay, so these are the molds. They're just finished. We've got a simple box mold here made from the scrappiest of scrap woods and put together with orange gaffer tape, and that's because orange is the best colour for gaffer tape, but also it's going to be really easy to take this mold apart afterwards, whereas if there was glue and screws it's more effort to get the thing undone. Here is our cardboard boat mold in the style of Bob Smith. Next I have a plastic milk bottle. Now I recently made a kayak out of recycled milk bottles. This is one of the ones I had left over, and I thought it'd be really cool to have a concrete milk bottle, so we're casting that. The next thing we're going to do is try some impressions casting. So I've got this ramekin, I've covered it with oil so that hopefully we'll be able to keep the ramekin afterwards. We'll see how that goes. And we're going to do some impressions casting with this D20 here. And lastly, if we have any leftover concrete, I've got a Pringles can, because who doesn't want a tube of concrete? So I'm going to get on with mixing the concrete and filling these molds, and I'm going to put some tunes on to do that, so you can listen to some kind of royalty-free stuff. For the impression cast, I've got that one in here with the stick wrapped around to make sure it doesn't sink. And that's going to make a nice little ornament.
One eternity later.
The next thing to try to get out is this milk bottle. So we've got a thin and difficult form here. Whether I can get the concrete out without damaging this, that's going to be the challenge. But my plan is to get a knife and just sort of cut round the edge and see if I can crack it open like an egg. we might be in trouble here. Oops. We got there eventually with a little bit of digging. The lesson here, folks, is to make sure when you're impressions casting that whatever you're casting in concrete in this case doesn't cover over the top edges of your object, or you're never going to get it out. Ho-hum. It's not a bad cast. I've got a few holes in my concrete where I didn't quite get the air out, so from kind of tapping it to get the air out, I obviously didn't do a very good job of that, but it does make a kind of really nice finish, which is great. It means the inside isn't as clean. To sort out the inside of this, I think I'm going to have to do some sanding and filing down to a nice level. So here are the finished casts. I'm really pleased with how they turned out. So our D20 is turned into a pot. This would hold probably one set of standard sized polyhedrals, but the mini dice I use, it will hold tons. So I'm really pleased with that. That's going to look really cool on the table. So I hope you enjoyed the video and you're inspired to make your very own casts, whether it be for a D&D game, something nerdy like that, or for making some kind of classy hipster ornament, or, you know, just for some other weird reason, I don't know. Of course, these were not the only objects that I cast. There were some other things as well. You saw that big slab that I pressed my hand into, which will be revealed. That is for a specific project, which will be shown in a video further down the road. And there's also the concrete boat that I cast, which will be in the very next video following this one. So thanks for watching, and I just wanted to say thanks for bearing with me as we transition to this new location and just changing up the channel a little bit. There's still lots of kinks to be worked out, sound being one of the major ones, but we are getting there slowly. Thanks for watching, bye.